Go. Ready? Right there. That's it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little different, a little interesting, man. We all know that the Hellcats are coming to an end. Everybody's scrambling, trying to get one. People doing any and everything to steal them. But one of our Mopar brothers is not happy about his 22 Jailbreak, so he sold it. He sold his Jailbreak. Now, a lot of us are scrambling, and a lot of people already ordered their Hellcat Jailbreak and haven't received it yet. But he had his, and he's not happy about his car. I'm gonna show you guys the comment he left under one of my videos, and we're gonna talk about it. I want to get y'all opinion. You know, how are you feeling about your Hellcat? So I recently dropped a video about the Daytona, the RT Daytona 2023, and how it was $56,000. And I got a lot of mixed reactions on the price of that car, because we all know, man, Dodge not doing power dollars, and these cars are the last call. But one of our Mopar brothers has a 22, well, he had a 22 wide-body Jailbreak Hellcat, and he sold it. And this is the comment he left under one of my videos.
Rip off. Take it from someone who just gladly sold their 22 Jailbreak Redeye wide-body, made $25,000 on it though. But man, talk about outdated design technology. The backup camera looked like it was taken from a 2005 parts bin. The interior was laughable for a $100,000 car. It weighed as much as some SUVs, and owning it was becoming a health hazard. It should come with a Mopar Kevlar vest. Most of all, they've become part of a car culture that is lame. A car culture that is the main reason why car meets are being canceled in many U.S. cities that have held them for over half a century. Hence, why they're being stolen left-right. The takers have taken a liking to them, but can't afford them. Not to mention Dodge themselves kicking their most loyal brotherhood directly in the teeth with their actions and policies, and trying to force some EV with external loudspeaker mounted outside the Redeye was totally not worth it. Not even close.
Now, guys, I have to agree with him on a lot of points. And we've talked about this before. The interior of the Hellcats, the Scatpacks, and the RTs, they're pretty much similar. Now, the Hellcat has a different steering wheel, and the seats are a little different. But other than that, it's pretty much the same interior. At least that's my opinion of it anyway. And like he said in his comment, for 100K, you would think, especially for the last call, you would think that they were upgraded a little bit. Now, the argument that a lot of people have is it's a muscle car. You're not buying a car for the interior. You're not buying a car for how the inside of the car looks. I have to agree, and I have to agree a little bit, but I don't totally agree with that, because you got Mercedes, you have BMWs. They all make performance cars, not muscle cars, but they all make cars that are pretty fast. They got a lot of horsepower, and the interior on those cars are incredible. So I understand where you're going with that. But you already know that when you buy a Hellcat, that what the interior is going to look like. They haven't changed since 2015. If that was an issue, then why you buy it? Now, I'm not questioning him buying it, but if that's a problem, then you shouldn't buy the car. I complain about the interior of these cars all the time, but I already know what it is. I mean, I can complain all day, but it doesn't bother me that much where I wouldn't buy the car. That's just me, though. Everybody's different. Now, the other thing he talks about is the technology in the car. Now, I'm one of those people where it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And for the most part, the technology in the muscle cars have been pretty good, if you ask me. The Uconnect, it could be a little better, but it's not bad. At one point, one of the best infotainment systems you can have in a car. As far as all the sensors and stuff like that, I believe Dodge did a pretty good job, considering those are muscle cars with all the sensors and all the things all the safety technology that's in those cars. I think Dodge did a pretty good job with that. Because they could have left a lot of that stuff out, but they didn't. I'm not exactly sure what his problem is with the technology. I mean, he didn't elaborate on that, but just for the simple fact that it's been the same since 2015 is probably most people's argument. Now, as far as the wrong crowd, now I have to agree with him on that. There's a lot of people wanting these cars that can't afford them, and now that the rappers are talking about them and they got super popular, you can't even drive a Hellcat to the grocery store without somebody stealing it. I mean, that's just a simple fact. So I have to agree with him on that. And you got a lot of idiots that's buying these cars, doing burnouts in the middle of the streets, doing all these takeovers, and that's causing the police to shut down all the car meets and stuff like that. So I agree with him on that. So, you know, he makes a lot of valid points. Now, I don't know if this person he might have money, like, you know, he might be balling. Might got it like that, where he'll just sell it and get something else. Now, let's not forget the other thing that he mentioned. He made $25,000 off it. Now, that in itself is a reason to sell it, if you ask me. Because I made $13,000 off my Widebody Scatpack. Simple fact that he was able to make money off the car is just a bonus. But he really sounded like he was very frustrated and really over dodged in his comment. Like he's done. It's like he's very disappointed in the car overall. Because I think a lot of us, because of how popular the car is and how much fun the car is, we just kind of give Dodge a pass on a lot of the things that he mentioned in his comment. And I just found his comment very interesting, and I just wonder, do a lot of you other Hellcat jailbreaks, not even jailbreak owners, just if you have a Hellcat in general, how do you feel about your car? How do you feel about the technology, the overall build of the car? How do you feel about the interior being the same? Because I think a lot of people are just holding on to the cars because they feel like they're going to be worth some money later on. And my thoughts on that is this: if you buy a jailbreak, or you bought a Demon or a Demon 170, that car probably be worth some money. If you don't drive it, put it in the garage and just let it sit. Now, if you go and buy a used Scatpack with 20,000 miles on it, 2018, 2019, that car's not going to be worth anything. I'm telling you right now. Unless you hold on to it for another 30 years. Because those cars are a dime a dozen. The only ones that's going to be worth money are the jailbreaks and the Demon, are the only two trims that's going to be worth some money, in my opinion. Because the other car, a regular Hellcat, it could be worth a little bit of money, but it's going to take a long time because there's a lot of them out here. But the ones that's going to be worth some real money are going to be the jailbreaks that have maybe 20 miles on it when you get ready to sell it, if you take it to the auction and try to sell it. But if you got over 2,000 miles on it, I would say if you got over 1,000 miles on the car, it's not going to be worth anything. And people can argue with me all day about that. So if you're buying that car thinking it's an investment, I just think you're making a bad decision. Unless you're just not going to drive it, then hey, then you know, you can take your chances. But me personally, if I spend 100K on a car, I'm driving it. Now 300 could potentially be worth something, but my car's not going to be worth anything. You know why? Because I'm going to drive it. That joint going to have miles on it. I'm not buying it and putting it in a garage, put a cover on it for the next 30 years. I'm not doing that. That car, so I'm not buying it because it's going to be worth something 20 years from now. I'm not doing that. So leave your comments, guys. What do you think about his comment about his jailbreak? You think he was smart selling it? I mean, I feel like if you're not happy with it, sell it. There's plenty of other cars to buy. But you know, sometime on YouTube, a lot of people make it seem like, you know, the jailbreak is the best thing in the world, when there's people out here who's not satisfied and happy with that car. So I'm just curious to hear you guys' opinion and thoughts on this. So if you're new to my channel, man, hit the like button, subscribe. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.